Donald Trump just embarrassed himself in the Oval Office sitting next to Turkey's President Erdogan. Trump, right there with a known authoritarian, says elections are rigged and points at Erdogan like he's some kind of role model for it. And watch Erdogan's face. He looks like he can't believe how pathetic Trump sounds, desperately trying to call him tough and amazing. Trump literally says, I don't usually like opinionated people, but I like this one.
Of Turkey.
Unfairly, as it turns out. Rigged election, he knows about rigged elections better than anybody. But when I was in exile, we were still friends. That's always a good way to find out, test of friendship. But so this is a tough man. This is a guy who's highly opinionated. Usually I don't like opinionated people, but I always like this one. But he's a tough one, and he does an amazing job in his country.
Then Trump gets asked whether Erdogan could help mediate the war in Ukraine. Trump jumps in, saying Erdogan is neutral, just like he is. Trump then brags that he personally resolved 7 wars. Totally made up. Nobody believes it. But again, he's identifying with an authoritarian figure, hoping people will see him as equally strong.
Mr. President, how do you see a joint initiative with President Erdogan to bring the President of Russia, Putin, and President Zelensky to the negotiating table?
Well, I can tell you that President Erdogan is very respected by both of them. Everybody respects Erdogan. They really respect Erdogan. I do. And I think he could have a big influence if he wants to. Right now, he's very neutral. He likes being neutral. So do I like being neutral. But he's somebody that if he got involved, the best thing he could do is not buy oil and gas from Russia. If he did that, that would be probably the best thing. He knows Putin like I know Putin. I thought Putin, I settled, as you know, 7 wars, and it's probably more than that if you really want to know the real facts, but 7 wars, and I thought this would be among the easier ones to settle, but I'm very disappointed in Putin.
And the wildest part? Erdogan himself mocked Trump just days ago, calling out his fake promises to end wars in 24 hours. Erdogan basically said Trump's all talk, no results. And now, sitting in the Oval Office, Erdogan's silence says it all. He knows Trump is weak, and Trump knows it too.
I can only say this. Mr. Trump, you might remember he's used a term when he said, I will finish the Russia-Ukraine war. Did it end? It still goes on. Similarly, he said, I will finish the war in Gaza. Did it end? No. That means once we start analyzing the issue, there are prices to pay. And when we look at the hostage exchange, that was done. It goes on.
And then the tariffs. This is classic Trump nonsense. He admits American farmers are being crushed by his trade war, but then says the solution is to hand them back tariff money. Money that U.S. companies and consumers are paying in the first place. He creates the problem, pretends to solve it, while families across the country are suffering.
We want to take our money. We're doing well. Because of tariffs, we're doing unbelievable. We're making more money than we ever have made. And by the way, we're going to take some of that tariff money that we made, just to get off the subject for a second, we're going to take some of that tariff money that we made, we're going to give it to our farmers, who are, for a little while, going to be hurt until it kicks in. The tariffs kick into their benefit. So we're going to make sure that our farmers are in great shape because we're taking in a lot of money.
Trump also gets asked about the shooting at an ICE detention center, where detainees, not agents, were killed. A real leader could bring people together in that moment. Instead, Trump blames the radical left, says they're low IQ, and even brags that the right is tougher than the left. That's not presidential. That's inciting division and flirting with Civil War language, while sitting next to Erdogan, trying to show off.
There was another shooting at an ICE facility in Texas yesterday.
Terrible.
Detainees were killed. The FBI director posted on social media bullets that were engraved with the message anti-ICE.
Right.
He just posted another thing on social media saying they recovered a handwritten note from the subject that read, hopefully this will give ICE agents real terror to think, is there a sniper with AP rounds on that roof? Who do you hold responsible for the uptick in left-wing violence in the country?
Radical left rhetoric. The radical left is causing the problem. They're out of control. they're saying things, and they're really dumb people. I mean, I look at Crockett, I look at some of these people, they're very low IQ people, actually. But the radical left is causing this problem, not the right, the radical left. And it's going to get worse, and ultimately it's going to go back on them. I mean, bad things happen when they play these games. And I'll give you a little clue. The right is a lot tougher than the left. But the right's not doing this. They're not doing it, and they better not get them energized, because it won't be good for the left. And I don't want to see that happen either. I'm the president of all the people. But the radical left is causing this. The radical left Democrats are causing this problem, and it gets worse. It gets worse, and it'll be a point where other people won't take it anymore, and that will not be good for the radical left, and we don't want that. Okay, thank you.
Furloughs are very typical when the government shuts down. Why is the administration directing federal layoffs of federal workers this time around?
Well, this is all caused by the Democrats. They asked us to do something that's totally unreasonable. They never change. They want to give money away to illegally, people that entered our country illegally. They want to give them massive federal money. And we don't want to do that because it means everyone's going to just keep pouring back. Right now we have absolutely perfect borders like you haven't seen in many years. Even better than I had great borders during my 4 years, but these borders are stone cold closed. You can only come into our country legally now. But the Democrats want to give it all away. They want to open up the borders. Take a look at that. Big thing. They want to open borders again after what we're going through now, getting rid of prisoners, getting rid of all of these people dropped out from mental institutions, drug dealers, drug addicts, everything. They're putting everybody into our country. It's all ended now. But this is what Schumer wants. This is what the Democrats want. They want to have, and they want to take our money. We're doing well because of tariffs. We're doing unbelievable. We're making more money than we ever.
And then we get to one of the most bizarre parts of the press conference. Trump starts talking about Syria. A reporter asks about the future of the region, and instead of giving any real policy answer, Trump points at Erdogan and basically says, yeah, he's the one responsible for regime change in Syria. Give him the credit. Trump is literally trying to hand Erdogan credit for removing Syria's past leader, something that never happened. He says Erdogan has been trying for 2,000 years and now he's finally done it. What on earth is Trump even talking about?
It's CNN Turkey. I'll get Brian. Go.
Syria has been a major issue between the two countries for the past decade. And you said the future of Syria is in Erdogan's hands back in, I think, December and January. And the countries are in the process of integrating lethal fractures into the main government. When do you want to see that happen?
Well, I think President Erdogan is the one responsible for Syria, for the successful fight in ridding Syria of its past leader. And I think this man is responsible. He doesn't take the responsibility, but it's actually a great achievement. They've been trying to do it for 2,000 years. I said, he does it. He did it. I mean, they're your surrogates. I think you should take the credit for it. I told